Hello, this is Dana Arcuri, author, speaker, survivor, and advocate, and today's topic is called Vicious Flying Monkeys and Tips to Disarm Them. And this message today was actually requested by one of my viewers who wanted me to talk about flying monkeys and different ways to cope and different ways to disarm them. And so I thought it was an excellent topic and one that I'm happy to do. And so let's first talk about what is a flying monkey. So according to Wikipedia.com, flying monkeys is a term mainly in the content of narcissistic abuse to describe people who act on behalf of a narcissist towards a third party, usually for an abusive purpose such as smear campaigns and retaliation. Oftentimes we hear of the term flying monkeys, and it is actually from the Wizard of Oz movie. If we can remember Dorothy and Toto, and she had dealt with the Wicked Witch and the flying monkey. So this definitely comes straight from the Wizard of Oz. It gives us a lot to think about. And we can understand that the flying monkeys do the narcissist's bidding to inflict additional torment and pain on the target, which is usually a scapegoat or the black sheep of the family. Now let's get into the signs of flying monkeys, and then after that I will give you tips on how to disarm those wicked, vicious, malicious flying monkeys. All right, so here we go. Common signs of flying monkeys. Number 1. On social media, it's very, very common for these flying monkeys to be spying on your account. So whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or some other social media platform, beware, they're watching you. Next, they spread gossip and rumors about you. This is what they do, and they stoop quite low in the despicable things that they say about you. Number 3, there's a lot of gaslighting and manipulation. There's retaliation. There's smear campaigns against the scapegoat and or the black sheep in the family, especially if you have set healthy boundaries and if you went no contact or maybe you're gray rocking with a narcissist and or flying monkeys. Number 6, oh good grief. Not only does the narcissist play the victim card, but the flying monkeys paint the narcissist as the victim. Oh, the poor, poor narcissist. It's, they're like saying, oh, look what you're doing to them. Oh, look what you're saying. Oh, you're so mean. Oh, you're crazy. And it's just ridiculous. So whatever is black becomes white, and whatever is white becomes black. And the flying monkeys distort the truth. Number 7, they will defend and protect the narcissist. No matter what it involves, they will lay their life down for the narcissist. Number 8, there's ongoing harassment and cyberbullying. It is crazy. There's stalking. There's just unbelievable amount of bullying and so much craziness that you feel like you're in a 3-ring circus. Number 9, there's a mobbing mentality. So this is what the flying monkeys do. They'll say, it's all of us and only you, so the problem must be you. No, it's not. It's actually not the scapegoat or the black sheep of the family. It really is. The problem really is the flying monkeys and the narcissist. But of course, they live in denial, and they will deny it, and they will take that lie to the grave. Next is number 10. So they're control freaks. They know that they can't control you anymore, especially if you broke contact with them, if you do not associate with them anymore, if you don't attend, say, the family functions or the social gatherings, and you cut all ties with them. They can't control you, and the narcissists and the flying monkeys are so furious with you for standing up for yourself. Oh, how dare you stand up for your boundaries. That's how they feel. So they will step all over your boundaries, and then when they cannot control you, oh, do they have a field day trying to control how other people, such as your children, such as your spouse, such as your friends and your coworkers and other relatives and neighbors and the universe. Oh, they try to control how other people see you. And mark my word, they will do everything they can to destroy you and your reputation. Next, number 11, triangulation of relationships. So it's really pathetic because there's so much triangulation going on. So you have the narcissist who's triangulating your relationships, and that is very well how she did recruit the flying monkeys to begin with. But then she trained those flying monkeys so well that the flying monkeys now triangulate your relationships, say with your children, with your coworkers, with your friends, with other family and relatives in the community you live in. This is what they do. And so don't be surprised if you feel isolated and you have no emotional support whatsoever, because it's very common for the flying monkeys to do the dirty work of the narcissist and to try to make certain that you are alone, that you are isolated, and that you have no emotional support whatsoever. Next, number 12, lies, lies, and more pathological liars. So the flying monkeys and the narcissist will make a lot of accusations that are false about you. They will say things on social media to publicly humiliate you. Oftentimes, they will threaten you, they will embarrass you, and they will continue gaslighting you. And it just goes on and on and on, which is a very good reason to cut ties with these unhealthy dynamics and relationships that are just not working out. Let's move on to number 13, zero loyalty. Okay, so not only is the narcissist disloyal, but the flying monkeys are not loyal to you. They are only loyal to the malignant narcissist. And they are enablers. So the flying monkeys are enablers. They permit and they are complicit about abuse. Number 14, the flying monkeys live in denial. They wouldn't know the truth if it smacked them in the face. They seem to be oblivious with reality. They have absolutely no understanding of what psychological abuse is, what manipulation is. They don't even understand the terminology that I'm even explaining in here, such as gaslighting, retaliation. They have no clue what they're even doing and that it's illegal, that it's against the law. Do you understand? It is against the law in most countries and most states for someone to be stalking you, bullying you, mobbing you, threatening you, and it just goes on and on. Next, number 15, what you may notice if you have one or more flying monkeys. And keep in mind, flying monkeys are together in a group. Typically, they're afraid by themselves, so typically they won't stand up to you. They will not have the guts to face you in person. They like to work behind the scenes of their computer, of their cell phone, because they're very insecure people and they don't have the courage to really face you in person. The average flying monkey is very insecure. They prefer to just cause you trouble behind their cell phone with all the maliciousness and viciousness that they're up to. But we can understand that they can become extremely aggressive, domineering. They try to overpower you. They try to control you. They are malicious enablers who are equally as lethal as a malignant narcissist. Number 16, they instigate drama, deception, and dysfunction. Number 17, overall, the flying monkeys have evil motives to hurt you, to destroy you, to destroy your career, to destroy your relationships. They want you lost, alone, isolated, helpless, And they would love if you would just disappear off the face of the earth, which is another reason to gray rock or go no contact and say adios to those vicious flying monkeys. Let's move on to learn some tips on how to disarm those vile flying monkeys. Number one, you must first acknowledge, accept, and be aware of your own present reality. Be mindful. Build awareness of what's going on around you, of what people are saying. If you have this gut instinct that something just doesn't feel right or something seems off with someone, you just get these red flags like you can't trust them, then please understand that your intuition is always spot on, and understand that if something doesn't feel right, it usually is not right. And that is your gut instinct alerting you to danger. Number two is disengage from the narcissist and their flying monkeys. Do not waste your time, energy, or breath trying to explain yourself, because they don't care how you feel. They don't want to understand you. They will never relate to you, and they will deny everything. Next is set clear boundaries and maintain these boundaries. And do not bow down to the evil flying monkeys who will again and again and again try to trample your boundaries. And again, this is something that I could say this until I'm blue in the face, but it's really up to you to decide how you will live your life. I could say, just go no contact with them. But if you're not willing to end the relationship, then there's nothing else I could say to you. The whole point is that you need to take your power back. You need to get back in the driver's seat. You need to disengage from these vile, toxic people. And no contact is the key to the healing journey. And if you are not willing to move forward in this unhealthy dynamic with a relationship, and if you're going to continue this relationship with one or more flying monkeys plus the narcissist, then do not be surprised if your life continues to spiral out of control, and if you feel like you're going insane and you become extremely stressed out. So I really believe it's in your best interest to end it for once and for all, but only you can determine, and only you can do that. Next, release all hope of reconciliation. Release all hope that they're going to change. So often people think, oh, maybe the narcissist will change. Well, maybe the flying monkeys will change. If only I could get them to understand me. Do you understand? You will never get them to understand you. If someone doesn't care about you, if they don't value you, if they do not take responsibility for their words, behaviors, and evil actions, it's out of your hands. So the one thing we have to understand is that we don't have control over them, only ourselves, and that we must stay within the present moment and really have some courage to make some new decisions and take some important steps to disarm the flying monkeys. Next, an effort to heal and rebuild your life. Consider deleting the text messages from the vicious flying monkeys. Delete the nasty comments that they had nasty remarks all over, say, your Facebook page. Maybe you had a post on Twitter or some other social media platform. It's very common that the flying monkeys will rear their ugly heads, especially on social media. This seems to be extremely common. A lot of people in the community who are dealing with narcissistic abuse and flying monkeys have dealt with this repeatedly. It just goes on and on and on. So it's really important to, number one, you might need to make some changes on your social media account and change it to private. Another thing that's really important is that you may need to just delete their pictures off your cell phone. Delete their information. Block them on your cell phone. However, this is an FYI, super important. Before you delete anything, so let's just have an example. Say there were flying monkeys and they were saying horrible things to you on Facebook, retaliating against you. There were smear campaigns and they tried to destroy you and your relationship with other people. Take a snapshot, take a screenshot of everything. So screenshot all comments, text messages, the nastiness, the threats, the hostility, the bullying, the harassment, and anything else that's extremely abusive. It's really in your best interest to actually start compiling evidence, because someday you may land in court, or you may actually need to get a restraining order on these malicious, vicious flying monkeys and malignant narcissist. So I highly recommend everyone to start taking screenshots of everything, compile your evidence, but eventually get to a point where you stop all communication on your text messages, on your emails, on your social media accounts. Do not engage. Don't engage with these people. Stop. Just stop, because it's so unhealthy and it's causing you so much stress, a loss of sleep. Then you get anxiety. It's very unproductive. And for your own wellness, for your own peace of mind, it's really imperative that you really take these necessary strategies to disarm the flying monkeys. Next, seek support. Now, keep in mind, the narcissist and the flying monkeys, they don't want you to have support, and that's why they're doing everything in their power to disempower you. So you need to take back your power. You need to find trustworthy friends. Maybe you have one relative who you do trust. Maybe you have a spouse. Maybe you have adult children. There could be various people in your life. Some of you might have a therapist who is helpful for you. So you need to lean on these people who are your support system, who believe you, who validate you, who are encouraging and inspirational and empathic, compassionate and loving towards you. And really be thankful for those folks in your life who understand what you're going through, and they are there to support you. So no matter what you do, really focus on building a support system, especially for your emotional wellness. Next, whether you go gray rock or you go full no contact, we have to understand that the less you communicate with the flying monkeys and even the narcissist, the better off you are. So less is best, and actually none is even better. Let's move on to number 12. Do not react emotionally to anything that the flying monkeys and even the narcissist, whatever nastiness comes out of their mouth or whatever they're texting you, emailing you, saying to you, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's online, whether it's horrible, evil comments to you, do not react. So what they want is an emotional reaction from you. They want you to flip out, to freak out, to cuss, to cry. They want you to go berserk, because then they can say, oh, look, I told you he's crazy, or I told you she's crazy. So what you want to do is to kind of pause, kind of get yourself situated, take a deep breath. If you need to walk away for a while, do it. If that means staying quiet for a while so you could really think about the best way to respond. Not responding is actually the best answer. It's the best solution. I could say this over and over again because this is where I stand in the strategies that are working for me. I don't respond to my toxic siblings. I don't reply to their nasty comments. So anytime, say, for example, my toxic sisters, their adult kids, their husbands, or whoever the flying monkeys recruited to stalk me, to mob me, to gaslight me, to manipulate me, and to cause, this whole distress, I do not remark. I do not explain myself. I do not write back anything, say it was on a social media or say it was on even on YouTube. Number one, I block them. Well, before I block them, I actually take a screenshot of everything. So, hey, flying monkeys, in case you're watching me, hi. Just so you know, I'm onto your little game. I'm onto your little game. I hope you're having fun. And it's really interesting watching the silliness and the covert demonic craziness. But I'm on to you, and no, I don't respond. So what I do is I take screenshots of everything. I have already compiled years of evidence because I will do what I need to do. My lawyer has given me great advice. I know what's in my best interest, and I know my legal rights, and I know the laws about gaslighting, about mobbing, about threatening, and about stalking. I understand the laws. I understand what's in my best interest. And that's why I share with my viewers what I really believe are the best strategies to disarm not only the flying monkeys, but also the narcissist. So we don't talk to them ever. We don't send birthday cards, Christmas cards. We don't go to a Christmas party, a Thanksgiving, birthday functions, weddings, funerals. No, we don't do that. Do you understand that you could end up causing yourself such a intense setback if you get back in contact with the flying monkeys and the narcissist? Only you can do what you believe is best for you, but I am giving my insight, my years of wisdom, what I have learned after dealing with my own narcissistic mother and vicious toxic siblings who happen to be the flying monkeys. And I could say that, my life has a lot more peace in it. I'm not going to play those games. I'm not going to spend the time and the negative energy dealing with that. And that's another reason why it's so helpful to have restraining orders, to go to family court or go to civil court. If it's not a relative, it would be civil court, and to file restraining orders and to seek legal assistance in these situations. The most important thing I could say, and we're going to end it on this note. Self-care is crucial. Building up your support system, educating yourself about all the terminology in regards to, what is a flying monkey? What is a narcissist? What are the signs? How do you disarm them? What are healthy boundaries? What does this mean? There's so many things that are available today on the internet that could support you and help you learn more. So then you could do what is in your best interest. And always know that the number one person who you are responsible for is yourself. You do not owe loyalty to anyone who is abusive towards you. And what really counts is your peace of mind, rebuilding a new life, being a truth seeker, being honest with what's really happening and the reality of these destructive, psychologically abusive relationships, and understanding that sometimes the best way we can empower ourselves is to walk away from disempowering relationships. And so today, I hope these tips helped you. Share with me, do you have flying monkeys? Are they stalking you? Are they harassing you? Gaslighting you? Creating smear campaigns against you? What have you done to set healthy boundaries and to promote your own peace of mind? So share with me your stories. I'd love to hear it. In the meanwhile, take care. Have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.